Whether you admit it or not, there is an order to life. And this order is so perfect, it blows my mind, right? And that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman. That's the order. And nothing else is going to work but that. You can try to change that order, like men try to be women in dresses, women try to be men, cutting off the body part off, but they still a male, and the female is still a female. And so you can try to switch up this order if you want and say whatever you want to yourself about it. It's still not going to work. It's just not going to work. Your life will be miserable. Your children's life will be miserable. And it's just not going to work. You could say men and women are equal until the cows come home. You can put women in these men roles and put men in women roles until the cows come home, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The spiritual order is not going to change because you have decided to listen to the lie of your father, the devil. It's just not going to change. You can bank on it. And you can tell by looking at your own life. Look how miserable you are. Look at how you're looking for love. You're looking for this and you're looking for that, thinking that it's going to make you feel better, and it's not. It's not. That order, if you want a family, and even if you're not married, men are still over women. Even though they are not taking the role, they are putting the women over them. They are allowing it to happen. So it's not going to work. It's like the women complain about men playing in their sport. You know how the females complain about that? But the females are not complaining when they play in men's sport. Like on one hand, men are stronger than women, so they can't play in the women's sport. But on the other hand, they're equal, so they can play in women can play in men's sport. Isn't that insane? There is an order. And that order is God in Christ. Christ in man. Man over woman. Isn't that amazing? And nothing else. And look at how they're switching roles in America. And things are only getting worse. They're not getting better. It's so dumb of America. It's so dumb of America to pretend that men and women are equal. It's like, it's hard to believe because when I was growing up, America wasn't like that. America wasn't thinking that way. It knew better. And then something changed. Women will never, ever, ever be equal to men. No matter what you say and what you try to do or how many manly job you give them. There's a women's organization out there that's working overtime to get women in the CIA department and police departments and all those places. And they were saying, we're doing really well. Women are almost in all of the departments, CIA, FBI, police, everywhere now. And they are putting these women in these positions, and the positions are weaker now. They have no power. They have no authority. They have no rule. They have no nothing. It's going out of control. And if you say something about it, they call you names because they don't want you to believe in the order of God. Evil doesn't want that. There is they now have females in Secret Service as quote unquote Secret Service agents, right? And look how weak and bad and messed up the Secret Service department is now. Almost about to get the president killed. It's like I remember when they started allowing women to become principals of high schools and things like that. Prior to women becoming principals and so-called vice principal and all that schools, we didn't have to put up those metal detectives. They didn't have to put up bars. They didn't have killing going on in schools and things like that. As soon as that mama spirit was allowed to take over the schools, everything changed. The kids became violent. The school put up bars and metal detectives, and kids started to take guns to school. As soon as they allowed the women in to rule, control. You all don't understand. And some of the ladies are starting to understand it. They really starting to see it. They talked about this a little bit last night. It was mentioned. They talked about it a little bit last night. Women never will, ain't going to happen, be able to have authority over the world. And just because you give it to them and pretend that it is, it's the same way as a man in a dress, a woman in a pantsuit. You're pretending that the female is a man and the male is a woman. But it's not true. But you're just pretending that it is. Just like you pretend that women can lead. It's just not true.